Hi guys, this is Marty from RalaylaCreates, and that's going to give you an update on the journal that I'm working on for my husband. It is the theme of Star Wars that he requested. He wants it to be ledger size. Basically what he told me is just take the paper and fold it in half because he wants the width and the length of the 12 by 12. This is just under 12 because these were single sheets of paper and I glued them together because I don't particularly like the backs of the paper. I like double-sided paper, in other words. So I wanted to make this double-sided, and this is going to be hold my signatures. I've got 7 signatures. Oops. I can show them to you. This paper was bought at Hobby Lobby. This one came out of the paper pack. Constellations, I believe is the name of it. It was a hot buy at Michael's. And then this one is also from the paper pack. This one is from the paper pack. And as I was gluing these together, now I used my Fabrifix to glue my pages together, and I made a mistake when this was the first one I did, and I made a mistake. I went around my edges really well, kind of smeared that out where I knew the edges might end up, but it came all the way down to the middle and went across here and back up so I could just do half a page at a time, and that was a mistake because now I have this kind of bubble in here, and it made my paper wrinkle, which is fine. I'm going to cover it up, in decorating the journal. But I would suggest coming above here, if you're going to use Fabrifix, coming above where you plan to fold. And like I said, this was the first one I did, and after I did it, I started using my bone folder. I would glue everything down. I still did it to the halfway mark, and then the other half. And then I'd use my bone folder and smooth all the glue out so I didn't have any ridges or bumps. All the other signatures are completely smooth. You can't tell that there was glue there. But anyway, so if you go to do this, like I said, don't put the glue where you're going to fold it, because it's going to make it hard when you put your needle and the awl through, because you're going to have to go through the glue as well. Anyway, that's just a tip. So that one come from the paper pack. This one came from Joann's. It was 2 single sheets that I glued together. I just really found the images pretty, kind of striking. I really like that one. And this one is from the paper pack. I think this one may have been from Hobby Lobby as well. I can't remember. It's either Hobby Lobby or it came in the paper pack. Okay, so all I did was, after I glued my pages together, anywhere that it wasn't lined up, I had to trim, all the way around to make sure, it was completely together. So then I just started taking papers and making my signature, just pulling different papers. And I did get the Star Wars music book by John Williams. My husband is also a fan of John Williams. My husband is a programmer, so he listens to John Williams while he programs a lot of the times. And this paper is from the Star Wars scrapbooking paper that they had at Hobby Lobby on the clearance sale. I think it was $4.50 for the pack. Using that. And this is just regular cardstock that they carry at Michael's. It's the Recollections brand, I believe. And it's in the pack where they sell it 5 for $10, I believe. So I just recently bought this one when they had it on sale. And I got the neon color so that it would represent some of the colors of the lightsabers. So I have those. And then here's my sheet music. And this was the 11 by 17 paper that I folded and scored and cut down to the size that I need. Because he did want the width here. He didn't want the 8 by 11 folded in half. He did want the additional width. And then the songbook had a few pages in it. And so I thought I'd use them in the book as well. And this signature has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's probably what I'm going to make. And I'm going to have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 signatures in the book. And I'll make the spine according to how fat this gets. Probably keep it around the 2.5 inch mark. And I have this thread here that I'm going to use on my papers, especially the plain papers. And I have some different color threads, but I really want to use the metallic blue because it looks like Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. So use that, and to help with some color. Oh, I do have fabric that I'll be putting on some of my pages. I bought some heat and bond, and I'm going to try using that to bond it to my paper and cardstock. Maybe make some flips. Definitely do some tags, with this kind of paper. This was going to be the outside cover, but we changed our minds on that. I saw this fabric here, and I thought it was stunning. It's an upholstery fabric. It may be a little rough to work with because it's kind of thick, but I fell in love with this for the theme of the journal, and I got it at Joann's. It's regularly $40 a yard, but they have they had this on sale when I went there. It was 40% off, and I got 3/4 of a yard, so it's just under $15 for this. And then I have some, that was the same as the other. This right here. I think I got this at Joann's as well. I've had it a long time. I can't remember. I've been planning this journal for a long time, so I pick up big bits and pieces. I also have the Star Wars Lego, and my husband likes that. The Lego Star Wars. He's, one of the things that we do together is put Legos together. So he's a fan of that, and so I'll incorporate some of these, and it'll add color as well, and I'll make tags. Like I just did these faces out and used my punch. I glued it to some cardstock to make it, sturdier. And then I just used my Eck Tools 2 1/4 circle punch on that to make those. And these tags also are from a sheet of paper from the Constellation Pack. It's the star signs, Aries, Sagittarius, And so I just punched them out, and I'll use them in as ephemera in the journal as well. Oh, and Twizzlers. You have to have snacks. As Nick the Booksmith says, there has to be snacks when you craft. So anyway, that's just an update on where I'm at. And right now I'm just putting the signatures together, and then I'm going to do my sewing. That's kind of the process that I use, so I can see how I want things to go. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment and share it. And welcome to all the new subscribers. I'm a brand new channel. I've only been making videos maybe 5 weeks now, I guess. Something like that. And I appreciate your support. Y'all are so kind. Take care.